Okay, so we are starting again with our unsolved numerical from textbook. Okay, so what next here? Okay, in question number 20 it is given a big dumbbell is prepared by using a uniform rod of mass 60 gram and length 20 centimeter. Two identical solid spheres of mass 50 gram and radius 10 centimeter each are at the two ends of the rod. Calculate moment of inertia of the dumbbell when rotated about an axis passing through its center and perpendicular to its length. Okay. Now here what is given in your numerical. First of all, dumbbell is considered a big dumbbell which is prepared by using a rod and two identical solid spheres. Okay. This rod is having mass 60 gram and length 20 centimeter, and sphere is having mass 50 gram and radius 10 centimeter. What you have to calculate here? Moment of inertia of dumbbell when the axis is passing through the center of rod and perpendicular to the length. So given data for rod, mass is 60 gram, length is 20 centimeter. Sphere is 50 gram, radius is 10 centimeter, right? Okay, so this is the case given to you. Rod is having total length 20, so from center it is 10 centimeter. Radius of solid sphere is 10 centimeter. Mass of solid sphere is 50 gram. Okay. So if you are writing your value for moment of inertia of rod, so here moment of inertia of rod formula is ml square by 12. So mass is 60, length is 20. So 20 square divided by 12. 60 into 20 square will be 400. After solving we are getting 2000 kilogram meter square. So this is the moment of inertia of rod only. Okay. Now here when we continue with the moment of inertia of sphere. So for sphere if you consider, you will apply here actually theorem of parallel axis. One axis you will consider here passing through the center of rod, another axis you will consider passing through the along the diameter of solid sphere. Okay, so you will apply the formula for parallel theorem. So IO equal to IC plus MH square. IC means here you will consider moment of inertia of rod about the diameter, and the formula here for moment of inertia of solid sphere about diameter, so you will be writing it as 2 by 5 mr square. So IC is 2 by 5 mr square. M here again is sphere of mass of sphere. H is the distance between two parallel axes. If you observe in your figure, distance between two parallel axes, one is passing here, another is passing here. So total distance here will be 10 and this 10, so that will be 20. So H will be actually 20 here. So you will write values here in your formula. 2 by 5, M is 50, radius here is 10, so 10 square. Again M is 50, H will be 20, so 20 square. So 2 by 5, 50 as it is, 10 square will be 100 plus 50, 20 square will be 400. After solving, you will be getting 2000 here and here you will be getting 20,000. So total will be 22,000 kilogram meter square. This is the moment of inertia of solid sphere. Okay, when you consider solid sphere in the system. So total moment of inertia of whole dumbbell will be I equal to I of, that is moment of inertia of rod, plus two spheres. So you will multiply moment of inertia by 2. So 2 times I, right? Because both side we consider the solid sphere. So 2000, 2 times 22,000. So this is 44,000 plus 2000. So we will be getting here 46,000 kilogram meter square. So this is the total moment of inertia of dumbbell when axis is passing through its center and perpendicular to its length. Okay, so this is your answer. Okay, answer in your textbook is actually some different one, but this is your answer by calculation, so this is right actually. Okay, for the next numerical it is given a flywheel used to prepare earthenware pots is set into rotation at 100 rpm. It is in the form of disc of mass 10 kg and radius 0.4 meter. A lump of clay which is considered to be equivalent to particle of mass 1.6 kg falls on it and adhere to it at a certain distance x from the center. Calculate x distance from the wheel. Calculate distance x if the wheel now rotates at 80 rpm. What is the case is given here? Actually, a flywheel in the form of uniform disc is considered. This disc is having mass 10 gram, 10 kg and radius 0.4 meter. Disc is rotating about actually 100 rpm initially. When the clay is actually adhere at a distance x from axis of rotation, that clay is having mass 1.6 kg. So because of that clay, here now rotation reduced to 80 rpm. Okay, so what is given? Initial angular velocity 100 rpm, final angular velocity with the clay will be 80 rpm. Mass of disc is 10 kg, radius of disc is 0.4 meter and mass of clay is 1.6 kg. What is asked to determine here? Distance of clay from the axis of rotation, and that is taken as x here. So first you will write moment of inertia of flywheel. So I1 equal to mr square by 2. Okay. When axis is passing through the center and perpendicular to the plane of the disc, the formula will be mr square by 2. So we are using the formula. So 10 r is 0.4. So square of that divide by 2. So 10 again 0.4 square will be 0.16 divided by 2. Okay. So if you are dividing 0.16 by 2, you will be getting 0.08 multiplied by 10, you will be getting 0.8 kilogram meter square. So this is the moment of inertia of disc. When we consider a lump of clay of mass 1.6 kg at a distance x from axis of rotation, you can apply actually theorem of parallel axis. So I2, that is final moment of inertia, will be equal to I1, this is initial moment of inertia, plus mx square. X is the distance between two parallel axes. Okay. Okay, next you will here take the application of conservation of angular momentum. So I1 omega 1 will be equal to I2 omega 2, right? Initial angular momentum will be equal to final angular momentum. So I1 is 0.8, we calculated already. Omega 1 is given to you as 100. I2 will be, we are taking I1 plus mx square. So I1 is 0.8 plus small m is 1.6, x square as it is we are writing here x square. Omega 2 is 80. Okay. Okay, now you will multiply. So you are getting 80 here. Same bracket terms and 80. You can cancel 80 from both sides. So it will be becoming 1 here. Again bracket term as it is. So if you are solving, you can shift 0.8 to other side. So 1 minus 0.8 equal to 1.6 x square. So this is 0.2 is equal to 1.6 x square. So x square equal to 0.2 divided by 1.6, that is actually 2 by 16. So if you are taking square root, because this is the square, if you are taking square root, you can write x is equal to square root of 2 divided by square root of 16, and square root of 16 is nothing but 4. Okay, square root of 2, if you are seeing the value here in square root table, you are finding 1.414. You will divide by 4. So our answer is 0.35. So this is the distance of clay from axis of rotation. Okay, which is asked to calculate here. Okay, now next here. Next numerical, here it is given, starting from rest, an object rolls down along an incline that rises by 3 in every 5 along it. The object gains a speed of square root 10 meter per second as it travels a distance of 5 by 3 meter along the incline. What can be the possible shape or shapes of the object? What is given you can see here in figure. Okay, suppose we consider an object is inclined along the plane here. It is rises 3 by 5 means what? Here it is given as 3 and along the inclination it is given as 5. What next here? What are given values? Initial velocity, because it will be at rest, it will be 0. Final velocity is square root 10 meter per second. And here in numerical it is given as distance of 5 by 3 meter. So this distance we consider linear displacement 5 by 3. We have to find out, we have to decide what is the shape of the object. So first we already know the equation, that is third kinematical equation, v square equal to u square plus 2as. But this a is here acceleration, and acceleration of rolling motion we already derived it as g sin theta divided by 1 plus k square upon r square. K is radius of gyration, r will be the radius of object. Okay, so you will put value of a here. So v square equal to u square plus 2 times, instead of a I am putting this whole thing, so g sin theta upon 1 plus k square upon r square. S is 5 by 3. Okay, now here you will put all values. Final velocity is root 10, so root 10 square. Initial velocity is 0, so 0. 2 into g value you will consider 10 meter per second square for every numerical. Sin theta, according to your figure, if you are observing here, this is angle of inclination theta. So opposite upon hypotenuse, so 3 by 5. So sin theta is 3 by 5. S is already here, we are writing 5 by 3, 1 plus k square upon r square as it is. You can cancel 3 by 5 and 5 by 3. This 0 you won't consider because this is your first term is totally 0. Square root and square will be only here cancelling, so you will be getting only 10 here. So 10 equal to 2 into 10, because we cancel this thing, divided by 1 plus k square upon r square. You can cancel 10 from both sides, so you will be getting 1 plus k square upon r square equal to 2. Right, you are getting, no? I am shifting this to this side, so 1 into this term will be 1 plus k square upon r square, and that will be equal to 2. Now this 1 you will shift, so k square upon r square equal to 2 minus 1, and that is 1. So if you are finding this ratio as 1, so the object is actually ring or hollow cylinder, because seeing the value of square of radius of gyration divided by the radius of object, square of radius of object, we can consider the shape of the object, or we can decide the shape of the object. So if this value is 1, that means the given object is a ring or hollow cylinder. Okay, so this is your final answer. This is about all the numericals from your textbook, that is all the unsolved numericals. So we are finished with our first chapter, rotational dynamics. In next lecture we are starting with our next chapter, okay, mechanical properties of fluid. Okay, so if you are having any difficulty in any part, theory or numerical, you can ask freely. You can write your confusion or doubt in comment box, or you can message me personally.